So we don't have anyone in the stream here yet, but for anyone who's watching this in the future here, I'm just going to be rearranging my watercolor pans tonight. And I have all my watercolors out as well, because there are some that are running a little bit low that I want to refill, and so we're going to do that. So basically this is what I have going right now, and this is the color palette that I have. And I don't really like the way that it's laid out, so I'm just going to change around some of the colors, and I have some that are duplicates as well that I think I want to pull, and I have a few that I want to put in as well. I have 2 watercolor pans, as you can tell from the thumbnail of the video, so I'm just going to swap out some of those colors, rearrange them, and I've already drawn out one of the papers that I'm going to be using here to swatch the colors on, but I still have another one here. So since the stream is not really, there's no one here watching me do the swatches or anything yet, no one here to interact with, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly draw in that other swatch sheet right there, because I do have 2 palettes and I want to have a swatch sheet for both, so that's what I'm pretty much going to do first. So if you're interested, each of these, I have all my watercolors up here in an empty chocolate tin from Christmas. All of these blocks right here are 1.5 centimeters apart, and it's a 4" by 8, I think. It's 4 by 8. Let's see here. Not quite. It's just over 7 inches long, and it basically fits into this pan right here. It will fit right up in the cover there. These are some of the colors that I don't typically use, but I don't have any oranges in my other pan right now, and these 2 down here are duplicate purple. I bought 2 different colors of purple from 2 different brands of watercolor. I bought 2 different colors of purple from 2 different brands, and they both ended up being the same purple, so that's something that you need to be careful when you're picking up watercolors. Even though they're from 2 different people or 2 different brands and they have 2 different names, they could very well be the exact same watercolor paint, so that's something that I need to watch out for in the future. So I'm just going to get going here, and I'm just going to draw in the rest of this sheet right here. And basically all I did was I found the center. Just going to draw a line right across here. That's pretty much what I did. I can probably just go ahead and use the other sheet and line them up here, but I'm not going to do that. But the second thing I did was I turned the paper this way and I divided it by 4 inches. I'm just going to do the same thing for the other side as well. And I'll go in later after the stream and, you know, draw in all the darker lines. But basically I just want to get my watercolors situated right now and in a form, I guess, that I want to paint with. I didn't announce that I'm streaming again tonight, so I don't know if anyone's going to show up. It is Sunday night. I know people have to work tomorrow, so I'm hoping that somebody is going to show up. I don't have to work tomorrow. I have tomorrow off. And then next Monday, for those who live here that actually get Mondays, that are working on Mondays, they get the day off because it's a holiday. So I don't have to work, but my boyfriend does. He doesn't get the day off though. He has to work. So I'm just drawing in a place here where I can put in the numbers of the tubes I'm going to be putting in. There's really not enough room to write the names of the paint, but all of the paints that I do have, they have numbers on them, so that's what I'm going to use. Oh, I didn't even get the paper on that. All I got was the ruler. And I've got one more to do here. And now all I'm going to do is go by each side here. Have to keep remembering that my camera is a little bit higher than I am. And I'm just going to, oh, I got to turn it around to the centimeter side. And so I've got 1.5 centimeters for each block that I have. So I'm just going to mark those off. I'm just going to have a little bit of paper left on the end here that I'm just going to cut off after. And I'm just going to go down here to do the same thing, because even with a ruler I can't draw a straight line to save my life. Hi Rusty, how are you doing tonight? That's good. So just joining the stream, I'm just swatching some watercolors here. I'm actually not really swatching them yet, I guess. I'm just drawing out some charts here for me to swatch the watercolors. I am in Canada. I'm actually in northern Manitoba. I didn't do a very good job at drawing my lines here because these lines are not straight. Didn't do a very good job at all. Let's try this one again. Is it cold? Yes, it is very cold. It's actually, I have to get another piece of paper now because I've ruined this one. Tonight we've actually have a winter extreme cold warning, and it's going to be down to minus 45 with the wind chill. And that's minus 45 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, if it's close to the same or not, but it's a little cold here. And it has been for the past month. It hasn't been any warmer than minus, I think minus 25, minus 30 in the past month. The eraser that I was using kind of left some black smudges on the paper, and I don't want that to be showing underneath my watercolors, so it's just easier for me to get a new piece of paper and start over. There's a lot of black residue on my eraser here, and I don't want that. I get a little bit picky when I'm doing my art stuff, and if it's not perfect, then I'm nowhere near perfect, but I mean perfect to my standards. If I don't like it, then I'll start over. So where are you watching from tonight? I know you live in the United States, but... There we go. If anyone's worried about me wasting paper, I'm actually going to make some bookmarks out of these, because I have some of the ends left here. I won't be doing that on the stream tonight, though. I'm just going to be swatching out my watercolors tonight. I'm thinking it's going to be about 2 hours. I'm hoping it's not going to take that long, but I'm assuming it might. And now I've got to go and find the center of this again and start all over. I kind of thought that you were from the United States because, as I mentioned before, I've seen some of your vlogs before, but I don't think I've ever watched one where you have mentioned exactly where you were from, like what state. But I kind of figured that you were from the United States. Let's see if we can't get this right this time, so I don't have to use the eraser. Oh wow, Las Vegas, nice, nice. It's actually, my boyfriend and I were talking about Las Vegas the other night, that we, I don't know if you're into watching paranormal shows or not, but the guy from Ghost Adventures has a haunted museum in Vegas, and we were talking about that we'd like to be able to go. And that would probably be one of the only things, one of the things that we'd go to Vegas for. Like, we don't gamble or anything, but to be able to go and see the haunted museum would be pretty cool. My lines still look a little crooked. I don't know what's going on here. I did the first one okay. Like I said, I can't draw a straight line for my life, even to save my life, even with a ruler. Yeah, we actually had this exact same conversation the last time, one of the last times I streamed. I'm actually subscribed to your channel, and you probably notice you're subscribed to me as well. The Artistic Newfie. That would be me. It's all good. I actually haven't been, I know there's a lot of people that are subscribed to me as well, and they say, oh, I watch your videos, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I have a lot of subscribers, and some of my subscribers don't show that they're actually subscribed, so sometimes I don't even know a person watches my vlogs, or watches my art videos for that matter. So sometimes it's a little embarrassing when I don't know that someone's watching and they say they do, but I always have to apologize. see, how am I gonna do this? Let's go this way. So I'm hoping to be able to start swatching these colors in here just a few moments. Yeah, most likely. I even have people that come to the stream every now and then and they watch, but they don't say anything, and that's fine too. I still appreciate that someone's in the background watching, even though if they don't talk or make any comments or anything, it's all good. Did you do anything fun over the weekend? Actually, one of the viewers is probably myself because I'm using my phone to stream, which I don't think is counted as a viewer. I hope not, anyway. And there's you, and there's somebody else that's not commenting or letting me know that they're here, and that's really fine, just as long as they're, I appreciate, like I said, anyone that pops by, even if they comment or they don't. So we actually have 2 viewers plus myself. I've actually spent most of my weekend working on art projects, and I streamed last night as well, and I was sketching some animals and whatnot, so that's pretty much what my weekends consisted of. My camera angle here is pretty bad sometimes. I can't see what I'm doing unless I get really close. I do a lot of painting and drawing because it helps me with stress and anxiety and everything, and I genuinely enjoy doing it, so it's kind of a bonus. So I spend most of my time working on something just to keep me occupied. Hi there, Salandra. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm very horrible with names, so if I mispronounce, I'm very sorry. Just joining the stream. I'm doing some rearranging my watercolor palettes tonight, and I'm going to be doing some swatches here in a bit. That's what's happening. You'll have to excuse my wonky camera angle here. I'm using my cell phone, and I don't have an overhead view. Wow, that looks really wonky. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I have one side of my paper cut shorter than the other. I wasn't very good at math in school. I'm not very good at math now as an adult either, clearly, because I keep drawing crooked lines. What part of the world are you viewing from tonight? Tennessee. Nice. I think you're somewhat in the same time zone as I am. It's almost 8 o'clock here. I think you might be an hour behind or an hour ahead. There we go. 5:52 p.m. Sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring your comments. There's just a bit of a delay with the screen that I'm reading from. Okay, so we're in the same time zone. I know Rusty is a little bit behind because he's closer to the western side of the states there. All right, okay, so if you're interested and you ever want to do one of these little charts here for yourself, what I've done basically, I have these palettes right here. Hi Jack, how are you tonight? And basically what I've done is cut the paper to the size to fit in the palette because I want to swatch out all my colors, and it's basically an 8 by 4 inch piece of paper, and I've just divided it up into sections here to swatch out the colors. But the first thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to pull out some of the colors I do have because they're duplicates. So I have 2 different palettes here. And this is the old swatch sheet. I actually just did this a few days ago, and now I'm wanting to switch everything around again. I'm sorry for the poor angle. There's not really much more I can do about it. Let's see here. So what I actually think I want to do is I'm going to pull out the white. No problem, Rusty. Thanks so much for stopping by and saying hi. I really appreciate it. Well, I can't get this out of the bag. There we go. So this is the swatch sheet that I did just a little while ago. I think it was maybe 5 days ago, and I don't like the way that I set up my palette, so I just want to change it around. This is what I had before, and I wish I had just left it alone. But I had all of my colors that I would normally use for my portraits and everything, or my skin tones, all in one palette, minus this one right here. And it was, my space here is not that big, so it's really frustrating when I have to have all my different palettes and everything out, so I kind of wanted to put it all into one. And then I'm like, well, I have all my reds and my oranges and my yellows in here, and then what happens if I want to use it? And I've got some duplicates in this one, and yada yada yada, so I'm just going to change it. Long story short, I'm just going to change it out. But I'm going to just pop out this white one right here. I bought these palettes, or the pan sets here on Amazon, and I think I do have a link. I love your videos. Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. I'm trying not to miss anyone's comments, and then I'm going off track and everything as well. So I'm just going to pull out the white one here, and I want to, you know what, I'm just going to pull this whole thing out. How about that? Let's get rid of this. And let's just work with these. This one here comes out too. So we're just going to work with these right now. And I'm just going to pull all of these out like this. I find after you open these palettes up once, they don't go back to normal anymore, and it's very frustrating. So I think I might have to put some double-sided tape on the bottom of these little trays here, and I'm going to have to kind of stick them down. This one here doesn't move nearly as much, but this one over here, is just, it doesn't even stay in the where it's supposed to anymore. Okay, so the top one here, 213 and 203, these pretty much look exactly the same. This is 213. This is a turquoise. Turquoise? Turquoise? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, this is a really, really awkward angle. Let's see if I can't move over here. Maybe that's a little bit better. That's a little better, right? I'm gonna just shimmy my chair over. Move some stuff out of the way. Let's see. Thinking I might be able to move it over just a little bit more, just so we can get like a top-down view here. Oh. Something's not moving with me. It is the angle is very awkward, or this is better. There, that's not too bad now, right? That's better than what it was. Ah, perfect. Okay. Alrighty. I'll have to remember this for next time. I'll just shimmy everything over, because I have 2 cameras set up. I have one that I'm using to record this with, which is my cell phone, and then I have another camera just over this palette right here, which is my DSLR, and that's what I use to record my YouTube videos. And my computers aren't good enough. I have 2 computers here in my little studio, and neither one of them is good enough to stream with OBS, so I kind of have no other choice but to use my phone. See if we can't pull these out. It just seems a little bit easier just to do this. I think I might put all of my flesh tones and everything on the top of the palette. I had mentioned at the beginning of the stream that this is probably going to take about 2 hours to do. And I have a battery pack here to plug my phone in case it dies, to make sure that I have enough juice in my phone to get through the live stream, because last night I had to end in a rush because my phone was dying. Almost got all of these. Whoops, I think I'm breaking something here. Just gonna put them all down the way that I have them set up right now, and I'm just gonna rearrange them the way that I want them. Whoops. I have all the numbers, if you're interested to, written on the ends of the pans here, and that's how I know what's in it. One of the things I don't understand about my watercolor is this is happening. It's like every bit of juice or liquid, whatever, water that was actually in these things, it just sucked right out. It is so dry in the house right now because we have the heat and everything on, because it's so cold here, that I think it's wrecking my watercolors. Okay, so that's one. And I'm just going to pull out these top ones here just to have it done, just in case I want to move them around. I think one of my dogs just coughed. Isn't that strange? Do you, Solandra, if you're still here, do you use watercolors as well, or what kind of mediums do you like to work with? Sorry guys, I'm not sure who's here and who's leaving, so. Alright, so I think I'm going to pull 150 and 107. Let's just see if I can't find these here real quick. I have a whole tin of watercolors here off to the side, and that's what I'm picking my colors out of. Naples yellow, that one's pretty cool. I used to use acrylics quite a bit, but I was like deathly afraid of watercolors, and I honestly avoided them like the plague. And then I used them a couple of times, and then I'm like, oh, I think I like this a little bit better than the acrylics. and I kind of wanted to get into digital art as well. So what I did was I actually I sold about, I think, $1,200 to $1,500 worth of gold and acrylics to get the money I needed to get my graphics display, like a tablet to draw on. So I actually sold all my watercolors for like $580, or my acrylics, sorry, and I used the money to buy my Huion tablet. And I honestly, I can't say I regret selling my acrylic. I don't miss them at all. And this is, okay. This is that one. I'm wondering if I swatched the same color here because the two tubes are different. Watercolors, like I said, I avoided them so bad. I'm not the greatest with them now, but I feel like I'm more confident than I used to be. And it's kind of one of those things where if you don't dive in and just do it, you can't really learn. It's like one of those things you just can't be afraid of messing up, and then if you do, you just kind of start over kind of deal. That's how I feel about it anyway. Oh, there we go. Now see, I don't see why these are the same. Like, visually, you can see that they're two different colors. And then when you look at them in the palette, and even on here, they look almost exactly the same. So I'm again wondering if I swatched the exact same colors twice. I don't have any new acrylics coming or any new watercolors or anything in the mail, but I do have some empty Copic cases coming because I'm moving in a few months, and I have probably 40 plus Copics. They're Copic sketch markers that I need to find a home for. So I needed to get some new cases to use. You get through that piece of paper in the garbage. I'm putting things in places tonight, and I don't even know where I'm putting them to. Okay, I'm just going to grab another piece of paper here. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to swatch these colors here real quick. So I just want to make sure that I don't have the same two colors put down. So this is supposed to be, what is this? Olive green. That's that one. And 107. Is it just me, or do those two colors look vaguely similar? Because they look exactly the same to me. One is called Hooker's Green Light, and the other one's called Olive Green Hue, and they are exactly the same. I don't think I put the same one in two different tubes, so I think I'm going to take one of those out. They look really similar, and I was saying that at the beginning of the stream as well, that it's one thing that's really frustrating, but when you're going to buy watercolors, is that I bought 3 different purples. They all had different names, they all look different on the outside of the tube, all the colors are different, and then the top one is a little bit darker because I just picked up a whole lot more without adding extra water to it, and that's why it looks a little bit darker now. But all the 3 purples, they were exactly the same, and this is one of them here. This is I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm very bad with pronouncing names of things. Nope, it's not that one. Anyway, if I find them, I'll show you, but they're pretty much, 3 of them are the exact same. Yeah, I'll do the same thing with, okay, that was 1, 7. Okay, so this is one of them. And that's 107. So even if I use the same amount of paint for both, they still kind of look pretty much the same. So I'm just going to pick one and leave one out. So I think I'm just going to put one off to the side, and I'm going to keep the 150. I'm going to keep the olive green hue in there, and I'm going to take out the Hooker's green because they look exactly the same. These are the two purples right here. I don't think 139 and 229. If you're interested in what watercolors these are the Grumbacher Academy watercolors. They're student grade, I believe, and I do also have some of the Winsor Newton Cotman in here as well. Just a couple of the Cotman ones though, because they were more expensive when I went to buy the tubes. I think I paid around $4 for the Grumbacher ones with a discount, and they're about $8 without a discount. And the Cotman ones were $9, I believe, and I got them for $5 or $6. I'm not sure. It's I bought them over the summer when I was on holidays, so it's been a while. Okay, here's my chart. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of the light colors first, and the skin tones that I typically use. So I need my old sheet for that as well. So I'm going to start maybe with a couple of yellows first. Okay, now how am I going to do this? I don't have a whole lot of room here. Okay, so we're going to do this one first. Then this one. And then, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to lay out the order that I want to put them in before I stick them back in the metal tin here. I may get a little bit quiet. It's very hard for me to do this and talk at the same time. But if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot them there, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, so we got that one. I don't usually paint with a lot of, I've got to go to my second job. Oh, I know it's horrible when you have to work more than one job, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, eh? Thanks so much for stopping by, though. I really appreciate it. Okay, 207, 29. Okay, that's those two. Then I'm going to go in with some pink. And 82 and 38. And then I have this mixed color I have here that's all gummed up a little bit. I think I might keep that off to the side though and put them in a different section. Although it's a nice pink though. I don't know. 204. Okay, and those are purples. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is bring in my flesh tones. 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, and then I have this one and burnt umber. Where's the burnt umber? Right there. Hopefully I'll be swatching these within the next 10 minutes. I'm hoping to have them sorted to the way that I want them. Got 163, 110, 120, 23, 72. If you're interested to know any of the names of these colors, just let me know. I guess it's kind of hard to say, hey, what's the third one from the right? I don't know. 192. Okay, so those are all of my... Why do I have an extra one? 171. Okay, I'm just going to shimmy all those over one and put that one right there, put that up there. Alright, so I don't need this one anymore because I've got all the colors on there that I wanted. It's funny that I bought all of these reds and I don't even use them. They'll probably have to go in the second palette, probably back exactly the way that I have them, because I don't even use any of these colors. I hate painting with red. I don't know if there's anyone else out there that hates painting with red, but I do. I find red so intimidating. Okay, after the browns, I'm going to put in these 3 purple. And I guess I'm going to go with the blues, and then I'm going to do the greens. I'll probably put those 2 in here. And I've picked out those 2, and then they can go in there. Okay, so the blues, we'll start off with the lightest blue and we'll go with the darkest. So we'll go with 39. I don't know if I'm making my palette look more ugly here or if I'm actually doing a good job. It's kind of hard to tell until you get the pigments on a piece of paper. 2, 3, 13, 168. Actually, I think I'm going to do the greens first. These are browns, or blacks, I mean, so I think I'm going to put these down here. 116 from the darkest to the lightest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Bottom row is completely done there. Okay. I'm 33. I'm going to be writing these names down pretty soon here, so we can start swatching the colors. I'm already an hour in and I haven't even swatched any colors yet, and that's supposed to be the exactly what I'm doing here, and I'm not. Okay, purple. Let's go with this chart here. So 048 is my darkest green. 048 and 112, those look exactly the same as well. What do we have here? This is your 85, 67. What is this? 48. So this is a chromium oxide. Number 48 is chromium oxide, so it's that one. And this 112 here, they look exactly the same as well, so I think I might pull one of those. That is 162. What is this? What is this? 232. No, that's not it either. Wish I had a better way of sorting through my paints here. 187. That's not it. $133. Nope. I think I have too many greens in my set here anyway. Maybe it would be alright if I took some of them out. 64. That's a Davy's Gray. I know I have more green. It's 210. I'm almost there. I don't have many more colors to go through. Oh, I think I have it. Choose. Nope, it's not it either. It would be helpful if I had the names written on the paper rather than the colors. Okay, I'm at a loss here. 106, 112, 48. I'm at the point here now where I think I made a mistake because I can't find this other green. Maybe the last color that I look at. It's not in there. $112. I can't find $112. $162. I honestly think I made a mistake and I wrote down a number that I don't even have. I'm sorry guys if you're watching this and you're getting annoyed with me digging through my paints. It's not really something that you can determine is going to happen before you sit down to do it. Okay, so I officially don't have a 112 because I can't find it. Oh my goodness. Hey Jack, I wasn't sure if you were still here. It's kind of hard to see who's here and who's not. Okay, this is embarrassing. It was right in front of me the entire time. It's not even green. A112 is an indigo hue. And at this point in time, I'm at that. Maybe I put the wrong color. Oh, wow. Yeah. There's my exact mistake. This is supposed to be an A112, and I have it in as green, and it's actually blue. So I made a mistake over the summer when I was putting the colors in. So I didn't even use any of this watercolor at all. How dumb is that? So this is the first time I'm going to be using this color. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch this on this paper here real quick. Yeah, there we go. This is the A112 that I was looking for. It's not even green. It's actually blue. And I've had this color ever since August, and I put the wrong color into the palette when I swatched it, so I actually did have 107 put in 2 different pans. So I made a mistake. So 112 is going to come out because this is actually not even 112. And I don't have a permanent marker. So we're going to put that one off to the side there. Now we can continue because I figured out where I messed up. Okay. 187168. We're going to put this one right there. I need a pen. I don't have. These are Academy, Grumbacher Academy watercolors, and some of them are also the Winsor Newton Cotman watercolors as well. I have a little bit of a mixture going here. Just need a moment. I don't have a permanent marker here. Okay, that's fine. This one here is 112. I'm actually going to put this right there so I'll know. So that takes care of that. That's done. I can put all these back. I actually used to use the koi watercolors, and I still have them, but I found they weren't pigmented enough. Yeah, I used to use the koi ones quite a bit, and then I got these. But I also have like a generic link to the Grumbacher watercolors down in the description as well. Because I just had too many where I couldn't just list out every single color. But honestly, I do like these better than the koi. But I wouldn't knock the koi at all. Like if I didn't get these, like if I wasn't able to get them, then I would have kept with the koi ones, no problems at all. Just I wanted some more colors, and I don't like mixing colors that much because if you run out, then you can't go back and mix the same color again. So it was just more beneficial to me to get a bigger set. $162. This is more like a blue-green. Maybe we'll go backwards here. And we'll go light to dark. I'm almost done sorting these, and then I'm going to swatch them right away. Okay, 112 is not a color that I'm using, so I'm going to skip that one. I can't believe I put one in there twice, and I have one watercolor, and I haven't used it since I've had it. Watercolor. I have a cheap generic watercolor set, but when I get better, I definitely want to upgrade. I'm just seeing what's good before I spend all that money. Definitely, like, I mean, there's like different kinds of watercolor that you can get. Like, I would honestly really would like to have like the Schmincke or you know, the Daniel Smith watercolors. I definitely would like to try those out at a later time. But right now, I'm still learning watercolor myself, so it would be kind of I'm not going to say it would be dumb or pointless. It's just it would make sense to learn from the the medium grade watercolors, if that makes any sense, rather than spending a lot of money on something before you learn how to do it. But then there are some people that'll say, well, if you want to learn, you need to have the most expensive watercolors and whatnot. But I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. That's a blue green. That's a blue green. This is a blue green as well. And we have 187. I'm almost done here. Okay, I think I need to put 2 more back in here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move these over. And I'm going to bring in an orange. $29, and I'm going to bring in another red. Actually, I'll bring in 2 orange. There we go. Okay, so there's the palettes done. I just have these colors over here. I'm just going to leave these off to the side. I'm not going to use them. And then I have these 2 here, the white and that extra green that I shouldn't have put in there. That one can go as well. I'm just going to put these in here real quick. Alright, I'm just going to take this and put it off to the side and clean up here a little bit so I can get some water put on my table. Bear with me here for a minute. I'm going to put these, whoops. I'm going to put these right back in here, and this is going to be my set. I'm just going to keep off to the side for colors that I don't use very often. And I'm just going to grab a pen here. I had a pen a second ago. My desk is so messy right now that I can't see what I'm doing. Let's just use this one. Just going to take all of these and push them up. Push them to the side here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper here. What is this? This is this one right here. And I'm going to write in the colors that I have put up here. They all say A and then the number, or like A0 and then the number, so I'm just going to write down the numbers really, really quick. 5. Just bear with me here just for a few minutes, and we'll get into swatching them, and then you can see what colors they are. Watercolors can be very deceiving sometimes because you see one color in the palette, and then when you use them, they're a completely different color. It's kind of neat and annoying at the same time. one. And this one is Burnt Umber. And the PL that I'm writing here is the Purple Lake, and that's a Winsor & Newton color. And the Burnt Umber is also Winsor & Newton as well. Got 2 more rows here to write down. Just gotta check my phone here, make sure the battery is not dying. We have 1, 7. Almost done here. The bad thing about streaming on YouTube, I guess, is I can't play any music or anything in the background. So even when I'm quiet, it would be nice for you guys to have something to listen to. I do have Twitch as well, and I've streamed over there a couple of times a few years ago. But at the time, Twitch didn't have an option to stream from your phone, and all there was OBS. And if you haven't been watching since the beginning of the stream, my computers will not, they won't run OBS. They lag too much, so I can't stream that way. But now Twitch has an option where you can stream from your phone. So I might be able to go back over on Twitch and stream. And at least over there you can play music in the background. Just on the playback, they just won't allow you to air the music, I guess. Okay, so I have this one added in now, so we put that one away. Wait, I'm almost there. I don't know the names of these colors. I haven't a clue. I just know them by their number. Just gonna bring my water jar over and a paper towel. And I'm gonna go ahead and see how these look on a palette the way that I have them stored here. Maybe I should just pop them in here real quick first. Just so they don't slide around too much. So does anyone have any would like to share any of their favorite YouTubers that you currently watch, whether it be art related or even vlog related, anything that maybe someone that I haven't heard of before. I'm always looking for new people to watch on YouTube, so if you have anyone that you think I might find interesting, I'd be happy to hear who they are. Gonna put these all back in here nice and so they don't fall out. Kind of frustrated with how easy these move around in this palette. Echo Gillette. I've never heard of that person before, but I will definitely check her out. But again, she says she. I did a stream last night as well, and someone recommended another person to me. I haven't been able to go and check that person out yet, but the name is James Burke. I'm told that that person does some art stuff as well. Just I haven't been able to get over there. I'm just testing. Oh, that's great. Okay, at least the little white things aren't falling out anyway. Okay, on to the swatches. Oh, I have a low battery. I'm just going to plug my phone in here. I have a little power adapter that I'm just going to plug my phone in, just so I can finish the stream here. Bear with me here just for a quick moment. Okay. See, I don't like how these move around. I've heard people had to put little sticky things on underneath the pans. I've watched him do a sketchbook review, but other than that, I don't know him. Yeah, I've never heard of that person before either, so maybe later tonight I'll check out your recommendation and the other channel there as well. Do you have a YouTube channel, or do you just come on here to watch others do art? Let's see. All right, let's go here. Okay. I'm using a hot pressed paper here as well to do these swatches on. You're so shy. You swatch right now. I was very I'm not really a shy person, but I'm not very out there either. It's very hard for me to carry on a conversation, and I thought it was going to be very awkward for me to even stream. But after the first couple times, it's not. Whoops! Should put my finger in the paint. It's not too bad now, so. Kind of get used to it after a while. I have cat hair everywhere. I think those yellows are a nice yellow. You know, we have some people watching in the background here that aren't commenting. I just wanted to let you know that I see that you're there, and I appreciate that you're watching the stream. This orange, I don't know why I put this orange in. It doesn't even come off very well. I think the paint kind of separated from the binder that's in there. I guess that's what you call it. Yeah, starting to do YouTube videos can be a little bit daunting. I didn't know where to start when I first started either, and I was afraid that people weren't going to like my videos, and then I was afraid that people were going to make fun of the way that I talk, and I thought people were going to make fun of everything, and it was very daunting for me first starting out as well. And I still do get some pretty nasty comments every now and then, but I've learned over the past couple of years, you just have to brush them off and just keep going. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm using the wrong colors. Oh, that is great. 21. What number is this? It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not. I can't count. Can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm putting the same color. I am using the same color. Not very bright here tonight. Okay, still too big. Just fixing my mistake here. I just need to run and get some double-sided tape. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I did the exact same thing the last time I made my chart. I did the same color twice, and this is where I caused my own problems. Let's hope this sticks. It's a little crooked, but it'll do. Easy way to fix a problem here. I'm not going to draw this whole chart all over again just for that one little mistake. Okay. So we've got the first 5 done. We're on number 6 here, not number 5 again. This is the color that I should be putting down here. Close that up again. Okay. Moving on to the reds and the pinks here. I really like using pinks and blues and purples in my paintings quite a bit. Not loving these things moving around though. I would give some information about the colors of paint, but I don't know anything about pigments. I need to learn about that. And see, all these reds, they all look the same to me. They probably do have a slight difference in them, but they look the same. Yeah, I need to learn more techniques that I can use with watercolors, and I need to learn about the pigments and whatnot. So I can't really do anything about that right now. I haven't done any colored stuff in a while. I'm mostly sketching and trying to improve and find my style. I still don't have a style. A lot of people say that I do. I don't feel that I do, and honestly, it's not something that I'm looking for. If it, you know, people think that I already have one, then maybe I already did find it, but I'm not really out there looking for a particular style. You know, if one comes along then and I adapt to it, then that's fine. Do you mind me asking how old you are? Oh, 19. You're still young. You have lots of time to figure out what your style is. I'm quite a bit older than that, and I've been doing this for a while, and I still, like I said, I'm still working on finding what I want to do. liking the way my palette is looking here better than the way it was so far. Let's just hope I don't mess up again. I'm using a little, oh, 1, 2, 3, yes, right there. I'm using a little bulldog clip on the top so I can mark where I am so I don't mess up again. How bad is that? We're moving into like the reddish browns and everything here now. I also have other, not really watercolors, I guess. I have water-soluble pastels, which are Caran d'Ache. I have those. I don't use them that much. I used to use them a lot with journaling, but not anymore. I don't journal as much as I used to. Actually, I don't journal at all. I kind of found that I didn't like collaging and all that stuff. And I actually had mentioned in the stream last night that I did take a Lifebook course a couple of years ago, and I ended up using some watercolors for something. And I did some illustration, and I was really liking illustration when I was a teenager. And I went back and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this collaging, and I don't like using acrylics, and I want to use watercolor, and I want to do watercolor illustrations. And then it just went from there. So, and I have gouache as well. I have a set of the Caran d'Ache gouache, the 15 pan set, and I did a review on my channel here, and I got a lot of negative feedback about that review. A lot of mixed feedback, but it was my opinion. They're nice to use, but I don't think that I would recommend to buy them. I don't know. I've used them a few times, and the more I use them, I feel like I'm getting better at them, but I've heard that Holbein acrylic is a lot better. It depends on what you want to spend, I guess. Other than that, I also have Derwent Inktense blocks. I use those as well. Those aren't really watercolors, they're actually water-soluble ink. And I have Derwent Graphitint pencils as well, which is water-soluble graphite. And I have Letraset aqua markers, and I use those as well. But I find that, whoops, that's too much water. Watercolor markers, I find they tend to eat away at your paper, and I don't like that. Oh my goodness. I do have Inktense pencils. I don't have, and I have one small set of watercolor pencils as well, but I don't use them. I find that if I do use them, I'll just take the pencil and kind of lift the color off with the paintbrush rather than coloring with them and then using water. So I don't like when a pencil leaves streaks on the paper, so I find that lifting the color with the paintbrush works better for me. And I'm very heavy-handed, so that doesn't help, so maybe that's why I do get the streaks from the pencils. The only pencils that I really tend to use, I have Prismacolor leads, color pencils, or whatever you'd mind to call them, and I have those, and I use those quite often. But other than that, that's really the only pencil that I do use. Okay, so we got 2 more rows to go there. Okay, let's see if I'm continuing to get more and more on a bad angle here again. It's just, I need to tilt it this way because I'm right-handed, so. Okay. This is a Cotman color here. This one here was Purple Lake, and this one here is like a dioxin purple or something or another. Like I said, I'm horrible with names. Horrible. So Some of these colors don't want to lift at all. I'm almost done here. If anyone has any suggestions on what they would like to see in a future stream, that would be really good input to have, because I would like to continue to do streams. I don't always have an idea of what to do. So if you have a suggestion, it would be great. Just let me know what it is. I'm also doing some extra live streams now as well, because there's a possibility that I'm going to not make the YouTube partnership thing on the 20th. So I'm trying to get as many views as I can up until that point, or watch hours, I mean. If not, then I'm probably going to get booted from the YouTube partnership, and I really don't want that to happen. So doing the live streams seems to be helping out a lot, and going forward I probably might do one a week. Just it's a little bit hard sometimes to live stream because, you know, life gets in the way, or there's sometimes I'm just not feeling very well or not in the right mood to get on here and talk to people. Yeah, I don't like the YouTube changes either. I understand why they are doing it. I really do. Just, I think they could have went about it a better way than what they did. And it's affecting a lot of people, and they think that all we're looking at it is in a money perspective. But it's not just about earning money on here. It's about being a part of the partnership and getting the perks. And you know, that there's more to it than just the money portion of it, and I don't think they look at it that way. But I think I might be a little low on watch time, so I may or may not make it on the 20th. I'm not 100% sure. If I don't, I'm just gonna keep trucking along, and you know, it happens when it happens. But if I do get to stay in the partnership program, then that's a bonus for me. Some of these colors I find are a little bit chalky. They don't feel chalky, they just they look different than they should. Maybe it's because I'm using too much of the pigment. Why is it every time that I stream, you come in and you start poking my elbow? You're not helping me right now. You're not helping me. One of my dogs is is trying to poke her nose into the shot here. You can't go up on the table. You're too big. You're too big. Okay, go hide your face. Come on. You're getting in the way. You're getting in the way. Come on, back up. It's hard to do anything when you have a 60-pound dog trying to crawl up in your lap. She's actually a husky cross with a German Shepherd, as far as we know. We rescued her about 5 years ago, and we were told she wasn't husky, that she didn't have any husky in her, but she looks like a Siberian husky, but she kind of has the stance of a German Shepherd. She's actually my boyfriend's dog. But she likes to come and terrorize me when I'm doing things. She's needy for attention all the time. I also have another dog here that's about 80 pounds, and she is a German Shepherd mixed with a Golden Retriever. One's name is, her name is Lucy, and the other one that was just here trying to get my attention, her name is Evie. Now I get to swatch the color that I didn't think I had. This color would come in great for night skies. The husky part of the dog is, it's nice, but it's very annoying at the same time. They're really great escape artists, and they love to talk, and the one that we have does both. When we got her 5 years ago, this may be a really sad story to some, but I'll go ahead and share it anyway. Here where I live in northern Manitoba, I'm not from Manitoba actually, I'm from Newfoundland on the east coast of Canada, and but here in northern Manitoba they have a thing where there's a lot of Aboriginal reserves. So a lot of these dogs that come in are brought in from these reserves where people just let their dogs have pups and they're running free and no one wants to take care of them. So they bring them into town here where I'm living, and they try to find homes for them, which is a great thing. And back in 2013, early 2013, I believe is when we got her, she was just about ready to be put down by being shot, because on the reserves they have a thing, I think it's about once a year, that's called Dog Days. And people are allowed to go around shooting the stray dogs, and nothing is done about it. That's their way of handling the population, so to speak, rather than getting the dogs fixed or just not having dogs at all. But that's what they do. And Evie was rescued along with her sister, and I believe it was 24 other dogs. And we ended up picking her out of the bunch. And so she's been with us ever since. And she was a handful when we first got her. She liked to get into everything. My boyfriend has lost PlayStation controllers, she's eaten movies, she's eaten the leg off of the table that we had, she's ruined our couch, and the list keeps going. But we held on to her, we didn't want to give up on her, but she's so much better now than what she used to be. But she had a pretty rough time when we first got her. She had a lot of it looked like that she either got into a fight with another dog or she ran into a fence, and it kind of did some damage to her neck. But all of that's all better, obviously. We've had her for 5 years now. So she's about 6 years old. She was about 8 months when we first got her. But that's the story about Evie. And there you have it. That's my new watercolor palette there, with pretty much all the colors that I'm going to be using. And I'm just going to pop it right back in here again. So I think I'm more satisfied with this than the last one that I did. And I'll have to, I don't think I can laminate it now because I have this extra one on there, but I have tape. I'll use tape if I have to. But that's pretty much it. I'm not sure exactly how long I've been streaming for, about an hour and a half or so, maybe. But yeah, that is the new setup that I'm going to be going with, and hopefully it'll work out. I've got all my, flesh tones and everything all put together, and I've added in a couple of extra colors and taken some out. So I think I'm going to end up ending the stream here, and I actually have some videos that I have to go and render to get them up on YouTube. And I think I'm just going to call it a night with the streaming. So I appreciate everyone that stopped by and had a look-see at what I was doing. And those of you who were sneaking around in the background but didn't say anything, I appreciate that you were here. And yeah. So that's pretty much it. So I don't really know how to sign off on live streams or anything. So I'm just going to say thanks for watching, and I hope that I'll see you guys in the next live stream.